Murphy, coach, if you would.
Obviously going to be playing a very talented East Central team, but I always say on Championship Sunday, don't really care who we play. Just more worried about ourselves, getting rest, getting a good night's sleep, and coming to compete tomorrow.
Jay, I'll ask you the first question. What's the story on all this offense last couple games?
Man, just not ready to go home. I know my next loss will be my last career game ever. Just don't want it to end too soon.
As a team, though, you guys lit it up. You got out there and got up to a fantastic start and just took it over. Got up to a 17-point lead at one point in the first half. It was like shooting the ball that well.
It feels great. Coach Klein instills a lot of confidence in us, and we all believe in each other that every single one of us can knock it down. So we just share the ball as much as we can.
Definitely. They started off well. Our last time we played them at their place, they came out and did the exact same thing. 3-3-3 right off the get-go. And, at their place, we didn't score it like we did tonight, so we kind of grinded it out with them. But, tonight, after a quick timeout, I thought we kind of got it, we got tied up pretty quick, and then we were able to go on a pretty big run to stretch the lead. I was happy going in at halftime up 8. Anytime we go into the half up 8, it's like I always tell these guys, teams are going to go on runs. You're not just going to get them down 15 or 16 and they're going to go away. Especially them. I think they're super talented. So, I was thrilled.
Coach, what did you tell? Sorry, Joey. What did you tell them in that first time out after you were down 6-0?
Nothing. Just said relax. I said we've been here many a time. And like I said, the same thing happened at their place. They came out and boom, 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 and they were knocking shots down. But I think we're a little more confident now that we're not playing games in the 50s and 60s, that we're kind of getting out and getting some baskets and scoring, and that doesn't put as much pressure on your defense. When you're playing those low scoring ones, it feels like you got to get a stop every time down the floor. It's just deflating. Now when you're playing and you think you can score every time down the floor, if you give up an offensive rebound or they do score a basket, you feel like you're good enough to overcome it.
Coach, you made the shift after halftime. Of course, they'd gotten back to within 8 and then started going a little bit of a run. You moved to the man defense. Talk about your defensive adjustments.
Well, we didn't really go to a man. We switched. We went to our 2-3, but we just matched up out of it. Instead of bumping out of it, because they put 4 guys around 1, and our 3-2, they had it off. They had us. We weren't balanced, so we just said, okay, you 2 stay here, you 2 stay here. Just it was kind of like a matchup, but I thought that we talked about it this morning in shoot around, whatever they called, we were just going to adjust out of our 3-2 or our 2-3 and kind of go from there. But these guys, it's hard in the second half because your defense is on the other end of the floor. In the first half, you can sit there and coach them through it, but especially Murph. Murph is like another coach on the floor for sure. So he sees it a lot of times before I see it, and he'll get them into the right defense.
Mike, were your confidence really kicked in? Yesterday wasn't your best of days, but then today to come out as well as you did. Was there a moment today where you finally felt at ease out here?
With my teammates, I always feel confident. They always tell me to continue to keep shooting regardless of what goes on. So I always feel confident out there, especially today.
We could tell him to quit shooting, and that's not going to stop Mike from shooting. I promise you that.
Well, gentlemen, you looked like you were having fun out there as the game went on, even with pressure built, near the end of the game. There were smiles on your faces. You looked like you were having fun. Is that the case?
Definitely having fun out there, and that's exactly what we want to do, just have some fun and get this win.
Jay, how about the free throws at the end of the game? Go 8 of 10 for the game, and it's 2 nights in a row where Arkansas Tech as a team has knocked down some big free throws at the end of the game.
Just the preparation that we put in before the game. Once you get to the game, everything's just kind of easier. Just got to focus on it and just know you can do it.
Anything else?
Just your first thoughts on tomorrow for the players to face East Central.
Well, East Central's obviously super talented, and we'll have our work cut out for us for sure. But happy to be playing. I think they cause a mismatch problem with their big fella inside, but sometimes you got to dig down deep and find an extra gear. It's third game in 3 days. They're going to be tired. We're going to be tired, and you can't let tired beat you. especially when the other guy going against you is trying to beat you. So, you know, I think it'll come down to who's the most mental, not necessarily physically toughest, but who's most mentally tough. I think that's who will end up winning the game.
Mike, Jay, your thoughts also on tomorrow?
I'm excited. Get the job done.
Leave it there, Coach. Players, guys, thanks for coming out here and congrats on the win.
Thank you, guys.